All right, we're in Atlanta today, and this is my first passenger experience with the MD-11. This will be my first actual flight from start to finish. Hopefully, there'll be a finish on the MD-11. Uh, I'm leaning strongly on my experience with the MD-80 about some things, and also there are a couple of shortcuts I may have in place that will help me load the McDo slash FMC that will make it a little bit easier for this flight. So we're going to see. I've got there's a way that you can save your data from after you do your flight plan, and I have done that here. This is a Nimbus Atlanta airport. And if you see here the level of detail in this airport Nimbus put into Atlanta, it's pretty amazing. You see even from a distance, you see the people in the terminal. It's like that at every terminal. So we're at the terminal for the heavies. But as you go down the airport, you'll see that it's just incredibly well done. You know, the activity, everything inside of the terminal looks and feels very immersive. So if you're looking for a good airport, custom airport, that would be the Nimbus KATL. I think it's like a necessity for anybody. We're also using Traffic Global on this flight, so you see the activity. So between the activity of Traffic Global and the airport itself, it's really a very immersive airport. All right, cold and dark. We'll start from the top here. I'm going to go ahead and cut on the my tablet. I have already set like to synchronize our barometers here, so I've done that already. I don't need weight and balance, but for ground ops, let's go ahead and request a power unit. We really don't need the wheel chocks right now. We're good. And we don't need cockpit stairs. We need our jet. Let's see if Jetway, does this work? It does work. That's all right. So Jetway works as it should. That's a big plus, because that's just one of those little details. That's just a part of the experience. There we go. Okay. We've already we're going to need to be able to load the aircraft. We're not ready for that yet. We've got some work to do before we load. And we'll go ahead, before we even go power up here, we're going to do our load part. Make this a little easier. So our passenger load today, the number of passengers that we have is 344. Says our cargo load is 23,520. Now here's the thing, I need to make sure I'm discerning this correctly if I'm our numbers here. Checking our numbers. Hold on. Yeah, it looks like pounds to pounds here. Okay, we should be okay. All right. So we're doing pounds to pounds on the load. I'm looking at my flight plan, make sure that we're converting in pounds and not kilograms. Okay, so our cargo load is 23,520. Our zero fuel weight, that's not for me. Our block fuel is 49,800. 867. We're going to round that up. Our taxi fuel is, hold on a second. We don't need, honestly, our taxi fuel, if all goes as planned, is we don't need a whole lot. In fact, I'm going to say for our taxi fuel, I'm going to put 750. I think that's overdoing it, but that's all right. We're not even using the ballast for this. Trip fuel for this route is oh, sorry. Actually, they've got my taxi fuel at 2,000. I think they're overdoing that, but well, I'll put it. That gives me 20 minutes of taxi fuel. Trip fuel is 26,288. Block. I want trip. Okay. All right, so we should have everything loaded correctly there for our trip. So our payload, that should give us our payload, cargo, weight, balance. So everything should be correct there. Our block fuel's loaded. So that gives us a zero fuel weight of 376,206 pounds. Our takeoff weight should be 424,000 pounds. The reason I'm not loading that yet is we need to get some power in the aircraft. And we're going to go ahead and drop the starting now. We're ready. Right. So we're on external power right now. So this is our electrical, so we're going to go battery. Take advantage of that power there. And we'll load align the IRSs. We'll leave that on low for the cargo temp right now. Can the packs be on auto? They don't have an auto for that. This is we're kind of a ways off from that, I guess. Okay, all right. Right. And for our pumps, Some of this is TBD, so I see already in our tanks are loaded. Some of these switches I don't know. I didn't go through difference training. So we're kind of at its mercy. Arm the emergency lights. Runway turn off lights there. Nav light. Alright, FMC1. And we're going to init. Our planned route. Now we'll see if it loads. So we're going from KATL to KORD. Alright, we're going to try this another way. So I'm going to go KATL to KORD 01. Okay. I think it worked. I think it actually worked. Okay. We're gonna see, but I think the number's actually loaded. So we're gonna go ahead. The flight number is DAL 2 2.6. And cruise level is okay. Now we can go over here to our payload and we should be able to load. Oh, let's see, hold on. Yeah, I'm good on that. Okay, so now let's look. If you're watching, yeah, you're going to pain this out with me. It just takes a bit to get this loaded. For me, the first time. Knock that out. I don't need that. hits now. Okay. A couple of things are different than my MD-80 on this. Okay. So we're going out on 2.6 left. And we're going on the varsity glades. Varsity glades. Glazer. Let's see here. Okay. Let's walk all the way through. To 2.7 in the center. Veek and Bond. Okay. Performance limits, takeoff. Our flex is 5.8. See if it's just 5.8 that I'll put in like that. Okay, it is. Okay, I think I'll leave that alone. To get rid of those discontinuities, do I just do this? It's not allowed. Do I just move this? Well, I think I just removed one, didn't I? Yeah. back. Okay. But to get rid of the discontinuity, do I just go this? Do I do error? Nope. No. Hold on. I'm gonna go Glazer. So Atlanta's here. Next is a discontinuity. Okay. But you just can't simply remove them like this, I don't think. Nope. Okay. Alright, take off. Let's put these numbers in here. What our flap setting is, everything. I would say to say it's it's a different than the MD-80. Okay, so it does have a flap setting here. So it gives me a flaps of 1.5. Stab is 7.0. Let's see, 58. V1 here will be. I think I've got 158. No, excuse me, 134, 146, 157. Wow, what a difference there. 134. V1 to rotate, that's a big difference to 146. I'm not used to that. And V2 is 157. Meaning up here we're going to put 1.6 and we're going to put plus 10, V2 plus 10. Okay. Wind is 285 at 04. What's wrong with my format? Oh. Oat on this is 9. 9? Okay, yeah, 9. Did I erase my V speeds when I did something then? You notice that? Did I? Okay, let's do it again. Let's see here. 1, 3, 4. 1, 4, 6. And 1, 5, 7. Okay. The minute I did something over here, it's like I messed something up. Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, we're good there. Still have our numbers there. Still have some discontinuities that I do not know how to rid myself of here in the McDo/FMC. If y'all got any input on this, you're welcome to put a comment. This is first, you're getting my first look at the MD-11 as a passenger aircraft and flight. So this will be the first flight ever. One thing I haven't put in yet is my cost index. Get that in there. Wow, it's the first time 200. Alright, still doesn't help me here. Okay, we've got to get rid of some of these. The flight plan. Flight plan doesn't look correct. So I'm doing a direct to Glazer, which that's just a part of my departure. But all I want to do is get rid of the discontinuities, like flight plan discontinuity, because if I'm going, okay, so I do have issue there, and I'm also seeing where what's different on the McDo's here is this says engine out. I have no idea what that means on this particular McDo. I don't have an alternate in there either on this flight plan, which tells me I don't know if it loaded it like I thought it did. I don't think it did. My alternate is kind. So it's got a direct glazer in there. See how that looks on my flight plan. I shouldn't have a direct glazer. We should have a exit. Let's go back to our SIDS. So how it should look. We're going to go to 26 left, out on Varn. And glazer, okay? I don't even know what that is. Engine out. Sanjay, can you get our IFR clearance?
I'll handle that, Captain.
All right, guys. It says apply load here, but when I'm not getting any, it's either I'm not getting any feedback. I have everything open. Like usually what happens is you have to make sure that, like, if you're trying to make a load change, anything, I try to make sure everything's, well, how about this? All right, so the block fuel is correct. That's 50 That's correct. Take off gross weight right now. That's correct also. So it did load it. It has loaded those numbers, but I'm still like really confused right here about the discontinuities. Really bothers me because I don't like taking off the discontinuity like that. And I don't know how to get rid of it. Because if I do a simple clear, it gives me a not allowed message, but I have no no straight delete. See what I just did just then, but that looks, it's looking better. Okay, so if I want to clear, we just may go for it. My comms are all off on my radios. Delta 26 radio check. Delta 6 radio check. Delta 6 radio check. Delta 26 radio check. It's the smallest of things. We'll figure it out. VHF 1, VHF 2. Delta 26 radio check. All right, we're not gonna stay up. I'm going to kill the feed for a while, struggle through this, and then we'll do a follow-up on this later. But it's just going to take me a while to get things situated. This is back to why they do difference training, to know the kind of the littlest of little nuances of the craft. So anyway, I'll see y'all when I get a little bit more difference training here, and I'll come back and we'll redo this. All right, man. Thanks.